Hello, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey as always. Thanks for joining me today. It's a huge day here in the shop. I got a call from the motor builder. The power plant for the truck is ready to be picked up. So let's go get it. Before we go down to see Mr. Kevin Hightower and pick up the motor, I'm going to take some of this paint that we had mixed up, and this is a custom blend we had that matches the truck interior. We're going to put a little bit on it and just see what it does and let it dry while we're gone. And we've got about an hour ride down to the shop to get the motor, so we're going to just put a little bit on it and just see what it looks like and let it dry. And when we come back, we'll check the color comparison. Well, we got this painted, and it's pretty close until you actually get it on the truck. It's pretty close. We might go back, and they have the ability to make it just a tick darker, but for what this is doing, this is fine. It looks a million times better than what it did. And this is going to be covered up anyway. The main thing, we were just trying to get rid of the rust back there, but up here inside the truck, we got a couple little nicks and places we got to fix later on, but I think the color will be okay. We'll do a little spot place up here and see how bad it looks. We got to do the floorboard down here as well, and we'll see what it looks like in here right up against some existing paint, and we'll go from there. Then we may go back and have them darken up just a hair, but English Colors, who does this, they do the color matching, and it's pretty cool. All right, we're here at 8 Performance. That's Advanced Performance Racing Engines here in Natchitoches, Louisiana, in the home of Brandon Hightower Racing. Kevin Hightower is Brandon's dad. He actually was the main motor builder for Alan Kulwicki back in the day, so they know what they're doing. So my motor was in good hands with these guys. Okay, here it is, all fresh. Mr. Brandon Hightower and his dad, Kevin, got everything fixed up. The main thing, fixed this hole in the oil pan. You can see where Brandon fixed it here. And hopefully that's gonna get that fixed. All right, this is Brandon Hightower. His dad actually worked for Alan Kulwicki, was the main motor builder for Alan. Yeah, for Alan Kulwicki for many years, but they've got a heck of a business going here. 8 racing engines, I guess official.
Yeah, ape engines.
Yeah, ape engines. But he was telling me he found actually one hole down there. So elaborate a little bit on the oil pan as far as what you end up doing.
So I ended up putting a weld on the inside here. Cleaned everything off, put a weld on the inside of there, put a weld on the outside of this section, put a weld on the inside of this, welded across the inside, welded across the inside, put a few more welds right here, just kind of a little bit of extra bracing. Put some on the inside there as well. Just trying to avoid any kind of problems, any kind of cracks that could develop.
Yeah, the thing was literally sitting on the cross member of the truck when we got it, so we got that fixed. We got brand new valve springs installed now, and it's been valves are set and it should be good to go. So we appreciate these guys doing it. We're gonna get there and visit with Kevin a little bit more in the future. He said he's got some good stories for us, but thank you, Brandon. Appreciate your help on this.
No problem. Thank you. I'll be glad whenever I get to dyno it.
I wish I could have had this motor put on the dyno just for curious, but I didn't want to have to mess bringing the pump down and everything. And I know it was running fine. And once your dad said it was hash marks looked good and all, we're
had a good cross set for sure. There we go.
That'll work. I'm gonna turn it around this way. hook undone. I'll pull up and get the AC going here, and I'll tie it down when I get up inside here. All right, we got everything loaded up and strapped down. Gonna drive an hour north, head back to the shop, and see if we can get this puppy unloaded. Well, it's great to have the motor back in the shop here. We are debating on whether or not to go and put the motor in the truck or wait until we get it painted. I'm gonna think about that a little bit more, but I'm probably going to hold off and get the motor put in after we paint the truck. We are very, very close to getting the truck finished up, so we'll be ready to go paint. I'm going to see about getting a new windshield made for it. You couldn't even see out of this windshield is in this thing now, or you could. It's just very, I don't want to race that way, but we are very close. And I really think what I want to do is probably go ahead and paint this thing first, and then we'll put the motor in second. Me and Buddy, somehow you can damage it either way. You can damage the bodywork you got now if you hit something, or you can damage the paint and the bodywork. We could always come back and touch something up if we have to, smoke repairs in. But very excited to get the motor back there. That's wonderful. All right, this is where I just did a spot repair, and I tell you what, I think we're gonna leave it the way it is. It's close enough match. We're about trying to go back and change it. We will kind of smoke it in wherever we do some of the touch up, but I think clean us these other bars, that'll be fine. But I think that's good enough, so we'll go with that. You can see the difference there and there. And what's funny, inside here it actually looks a little bit darker than it did back here in the back, but it's close enough. Well, we finally got started on these panels here, and it's going to take a little bit of handwork around these Zeus buttons, but we'll get it. I've been dreading these, but jury's still out on this color match on the interior. It's not that bad, but like this was a really bad place where paint was going. But I'm really okay with it. I'm just anxious to see all this dust. It doesn't match very well now because there's dust over everything. If I blow this dust off, I think it's going to help. Again, it's going to be covered. I'm not worried about that. I did get my wires all cleaned up. I know you're probably cringing earlier when I was painting all this. I just simply took a rag with some brake cleaner and wiped all those off. Got the grommet in, got the rivet back in on the fire line down there. But that looks 10,000 times, 10 million times better than it was. Of course, the big item today was getting the motor back. I've got to go get some material to make the gaskets, the Permatex, I think it's called Permatex Gold gasket maker for exhaust. Gotta get some of that, but we're no rush on that. I think we're all going to probably go ahead and paint the truck before we install the motor. I think that's going to be my plan of action. We still got to get all these panels over here. I'll knock all them out tomorrow. I got to get in the house and do some emails for work. So we'll catch up with you here in just a second. Well, it's been a great day to be able to get the motor back into the shop, and it is ready to put together. And again, we're gonna probably wait till we get the truck painted, and then we will worry about that later. So it's a good day. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't done so. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.